Season 9, Episode 8, where you watch The Baldwins, Season 1, Episode 1. You know when I love you the best? When you're sleeping. I'm Chris Lorenz.
I understand Alec because I've gotten to understand Alec. This is Noah Singer.
The baby is a monster. This is Max Donaghy.
Those are all quotes from this week's show. But last week we watched WWE LFG. We would put a poll on Twitter and YouTube. So we got Twitter. People voted this a bottom third show.
Ooh.
And on YouTube, they voted this a top third show.
Whoa.
Well,
what, Max?
No, I go ahead, Chris.
But if you combine the polls together, by our powers combined, YouTube wins.
Yeah.
It's a top third show according to our audience.
Wow. You guys spoke, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong.
It seems engagement's a bit better on YouTube. So we're going to be posting polls probably mostly on YouTube. Twitter audience, tweet at me. Tweet at us if you want me to keep posting the polls there. But
try to X us.
I would really love to boycott Twitter. We talked about it. I'd love to move off Twitter. Not that I'm a huge fan of Google, but there's certain things going on in this country, and some of those people are involved with Twitter. Those people are not necessarily involved with Google.
So vague. I wonder what you're talking about, Chris.
So vague. Noah, what show do we watch this week?
Yes. Alec and Hilaria Baldwin parent and partner through one of the most momentous summers of their lives. It's sink or swim as they try to protect their 7 kids, all while privately and publicly facing a challenge with potentially life-altering stakes. That is The Baldwins on TLC.
Also HBO Max.
The one to watch.
For HBO. It's not to watch anything else.
It's the one to watch.
Yeah.
For HBO. That's how they started. That was the original tagline. The one to watch for HBO.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh yeah, it's the one to watch. We're like, no.
We'll just...
So what happened in this show?
I don't know. Max, first, I think I'm dying to know what this whole thing to do with the wife is. And I need to know, because you told us you teed it up last week. You teed it up on Slack this week. I got to know.
They sort of cover it in the show, but they really play it down. Where she claimed for half a decade that she was Spanish and her family is from Spain. Her name is Hillary Thomas. She grew up in Massachusetts. She never had an accent. Both of her parents can trace their ancestry through before the American Revolutionary War. She is not Spanish. There are videos of her talking in the Spanish accent. She's on a cooking show where she's like, how do you say it in English again? Cucumber or something?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
Basically, she must have lied about being Spanish on a first date and just had to keep up the game for years.
Man, what a trooper.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, then she changed her name from Hillary to Hilaria?
Yes.
Hilarious? Like, that's
hilarious? It's hilarious.
That's a weird... Is Hilaria Spanish? I didn't even met Hilaria.
I mean, I think that is a real Spanish name. Now, there's another crazy element to this, which is their newest baby in the show is named Ilaria without an H.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I have that written down.
Man.
All right. Yeah, so this show is like a, I guess, typical celebrity mini documentary show.
Kardashian type show.
Yeah.
Housewife, maybe.
Yes.
Housewives, way more drama between the housewives. Like, literally 90% of the show is you in this house.
Yeah.
Or like 75% in the house, 15% at the barbershop, and then, sometime in the car.
Right. This is like the Hogan show, This is like the Terry Bradshaw show. This is the Sylvester Stallone show.
The Ozzy show.
Yeah,
That's kind of
Ozzy
the
Osbourne,
granddaddy.
the OG, the OG,
the
right?
Osbournes. Yeah, the Osbournes are, I think, the OG. I'm sure they're not the OG, but they definitely the one that broke through.
They're up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first popular version of the show, and it's always like there's like on a line, on one side you've got the Kardashians, season 23 or whatever, where like literally everything in the show is like some weird like contrived plot point that they've made up that like is completely fake, and they're terrible actors, and it's like all this fake. And then like on the other side, you've got like, I don't know, some documentary. Like you got a real documentary where like it's like real lives. And you're on this line, and like we're always, where are we on this line? How much of this is real? How much of it is made up? How much of it is embellished? How much of it's not embellished? It's like a constant thing with these kind of shows.
Yeah.
In my head.
I mean, I imagine most of these, even the Kardashians, they are grounded in the characters and the characters' real lives. Now, how they build upon it, sure, but like I think there probably is like some one grain in a pot of rice, but one grain of
Yeah,
truth.
I'm just saying it's a line. I'm not saying Kardashians is fully on that line. I'm just saying that like sometimes it's like we need to send you on vacation so we have something for you to do. Or it's like you're going to court and you got shit to do. Like,
Yeah. I think that's good.
So like this show, I think is pretty like it's this episode itself very much more on the documentary side of things in my mind. Like it's them moving to the Hamptons. It's not very exciting.
It feels
No.
heavily introductory to the family and not much stuff going on. Like
Yeah.
the crux of the episode is somebody's trying to make a seating chart for 2 cars.
Well, I feel like the crux was them at the barbershop for a bit. There's like a good part of the show at a barbershop where all the boys get haircuts. And then, then there's a way too long segment about them getting ready to move to the Hamptons. It's like half the episode.
I mean, I'll say I don't think there is a crux of this episode. I think it just kind of like moves. there is no climax. There is no build
It
up.
documents.
If you think moves, when you say moves, is like baby steps, then sure. Like there's constant baby steps happening. But there's no step, there's no like we're having a plot. There's like vague things might happen.
I mean, I think you hit on it. It's just like it's just introducing the family and kind of getting to know Hilaria, Alec, and trying to remember any of their kids.
Michelangelo,
Leonardo.
Raphael, Leonardo.
Yeah, Splinter.
Splinter, Master Splinter.
Okay, so the kids are let's get this over with. There's Raph, he's 9. We got Leo, he's 7. We got Ed, he's 3, and then we've got Davy, which is, I think the baby. I don't know who Davy is.
No, Max said Ilaria is the baby.
Correct.
I don't know. That's 4 kids. Those are 4 boys, and then we've got Carmen. I didn't get how old she is, but she's the oldest.
She says she was born an adult.
Thank you. Then we got Maria, which is also 3. So I'm guessing they're twins because there's 2 people that are 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then we got Ilaria, the baby. She's 2.
Yeah.
So those are the 7 kids, which is a lot of kids. They got 7 kids, 2 nannies, and 8 pets. That's
yeah.
It's
so much.
Wild. They do have 2 nannies.
Yeah, which they never got airtime.
Never.
Which really like grinded me because like they're showing Alec and Hilaria like running the house, and I'm like, bro, no way like you are running this on your own with that income. Like, and they might have two nannies. No way they don't have a full, maybe not a full staff, but like they definitely got a staff like holding shit down.
I mean, sure. I do think it would be better if the nannies were characters on the show, like to kind of like they could be character. Like I think it would be nice to know who they are.
Well,
Now,
it's just
Baldwin is Alec and
real.
Baldwin want that to happen? Maybe not.
It's just making it real, right? It's like no way these two people are taking care of all these living things. Like no way. Like Alec goes away for a shoot for a few months.
Yeah.
Like and Hilaria seemingly works out every day. Like so seemingly she sleeps. Like this is where we push to the other side of the spectrum that this is just made up TV.
Yeah, there's a lot of help going on that we're not seeing. But
I'm sure it's heavily edited.
I don't know if they do kind of imply like Hilaria implies that she is the one running the house for sure.
Like she could definitely be like the house manager for sure, but like I don't think she's prepping food for each of those kids, for each of those pets, keeping the house clean, doing the laundry, getting in the bed, changing the diapers, getting them to whatever activities they got to go to, making sure the older ones doing their homework. Like no way, no way. Alec Baldwin is too rich. Why would you put yourself through that?
How rich is Alec Baldwin?
30 Rock probably paid pretty well.
And he was rich before that too. Like my
Yeah.
guess, it's like tens of millions, right? Like
He owned this Hamptons house since 1985.
yeah, that's nuts.
Is he a nepo baby?
He's a nepo family. I don't
Yeah.
know what put the Baldwins on the map.
Right.
You mean,
Yeah.
like
Let's go
he's
corner.
just from a rich family, is what you're saying?
Well,
I-
let's go in the corner. You know, let's
Yeah,
go
I
see.
mean, I feel like I was trying to remember where I've like watched a ton. Like I know Alec Baldwin. I've seen him in a ton of things, but I totally forgot he was in 30 Rock. Like I feel like a lot of my 30 Rock has just kind of evaporated from my mind. Like for some reason, and like I thought he was like I knew him from SNL. Was he in SNL, or am I just making that up?
He's hosted like I think 17 times. Like I'm not looking down in the corner. I just recall that from the 50th anniversary special. Like,
You know what? I think it's because he played a president at some point, right? He played Trump. I think first term.
yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking.
but he's been on the show a ton. Seemingly they're not a nepo family. Like they are like hardcore American. They came over on the Mayflower, so like cool, but like not like it seems like Alec kind of like
He was the breakthrough.
yeah, like and then his brothers got in too, but like definitely nothing like Alec, you know.
Barry. Cool. Yeah, I don't know Barry.
Daniel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I definitely knew Stephen Baldwin from
Yeah.
Biodome. Yeah,
He's the only other true Baldwin brother, I feel. Nobody knows these other two.
No one knows a movie from 40 years ago, Noah.
yeah.
I know Alec. He's the Glengarry Glen Ross famous speech is like I think almost peak Alec Baldwin. He's so good in that movie. In that speech, do not watch that movie. The movie is not very good. Just watch
Glengarry Glen Ross. It's a fun movie. It's a good play. It's fun.
I don't think it's a fine movie. It's not what you're expecting. When you see that like speech, it's not really about that speech. But
so just to nail it in, his dad was a high school teacher.
Okay.
So like,
good on him.
Yeah, totally.
Opposite of a nepo baby. He's spreading the wealth to his family.
How dare you besmirch Alec Baldwin?
Random side note. There's a Glengarry Glen Ross coming to Broadway with Kieran Culkin, Bob Odenkirk, and Bill Burr. That's a good lineup. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe I'll go see that.
I'm gonna go see that. We should coordinate that around the wedding.
Yeah.
That'd be
So Alec Baldwin also in Mission Impossible. He's pretty good in that movies.
I mean, he's really fun. I think he's a really fun actor. Um, he's good.
30 Rock reruns have entered my rotation lately, and man, does he kill it there! What a great show!
Yeah,
What
lemon.
do you? What show should I try to like bring in rotation? 30 Rock or Parks and Rec?
I think 30 Rock. I think you saw Parks and Rec more frequently,
I mean, it's a newer show.
more recently.
It's a newer show.
So bring something older back in the mix, and you will be delighted. Don't deal with season 1
Of either?
30 Rock season 1 is not awful, but they just really hit their stride after season.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that.
IMO.
Yeah. So let's see what else is going on this stupid show. They live in New York City for 9 months.
They have a
Then they go
5-bedroom
to 5-bedroom apartment
with 7 kids and 8 animals.
and 2. Like this is also they said there was 2 adults, and there's no way that they don't have like some sort of service, right? Like a place for their servants to be. Like
Yeah, it's the studio across the hall.
Like a nanny's quarter, like could be.
they went through the layout of the house. There was 1 bedroom with 3 boys, 1 bedroom with 2 girls, I think. And then 2 of the kids have their own bedroom, and then they had one. So like the 5 added up to 5.
Yeah.
Which is, 5-bedroom in New York City, that's a pretty penny.
I mean, also, I think they're pretty famous for living in Tribeca. Again, I'd also be curious how real. Like, again, Alec has a lot of money, so it's like, do they just really like the place and they're stubborn and they don't want to move? You know?
I mean, how much money does Alec Baldwin really have?
I mean, you could Google it, but I feel like those estimates online are never that good.
Yeah. I have something more interesting to announce. I'm looking at the Baldwin family genealogy, the House of Baldwin, if you will. Do you guys know who Stephen Baldwin's daughter is married to?
Which one?
No.
Stephen Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin's daughter is married to Jay Biebs.
Oh,
Justin
right.
Bieber.
Yeah,
Baldwin Bieber.
Right, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Wow.
Haley, right?
Big news for the Baldwins.
Yeah.
Jay Biebs. Do you think he'll make an appearance on the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
His like niece's husband.
I mean, they'll pull out all the stops to make you not want Alec Baldwin to go to jail.
Yeah. So okay. So one of Alec Baldwin's like more revenue producing films is Boss Baby.
Sure.
I was gonna try to make a Boss Baby joke, and then
So Boss Baby earned $500 million worldwide. Like,
okay,
that's also crazy. But you'd imagine he's seeing some of the receipts on that. So let's just say, like, even on Boss Baby alone, probably reasonable he took in 10 million, 15 million. And I'm like lowballing that, right? Because he's like a title person at that point.
they've made like 3 of them.
Yeah. He's doing fine. Whatever.
Like, so let's just lowball it at 3 of them. Let's call it 30 million just from Boss Baby. Right? Like,
yeah.
He can afford a 7-bedroom place. Like,
according to the sites you don't want to reference, his net worth is around $70 million, but he lost money due to an incident, which the show is probably going to spend a ton of time on, which everyone should know, where Alec Baldwin accidentally shot someone on a movie set how many years ago was it? 2 years
It
ago?
was 2021.
Yeah, yeah.
I when I was watching this, I was like, I have no idea when this happened. This was all a blur.
Yeah. Internet Corner, can you look up the current status of this court
Yeah,
case?
actually, I'm getting a little sidetracked because there's a Hilaria Baldwin subreddit.
A wow. B the criminal case was dismissed at the end of 2024. However, there are still civil cases.
Yeah. I mean, it's very unfortunate. I think the show does a good job of saying like it's unfortunate for us, but it's also more unfortunate for the person that has died and the family around the people that have died.
Totally. Like,
Um,
and very clearly, like, it is, I think, like, for anyone not familiar, it is definitely not Alec's fault. Like, they
Yeah.
give him a gun, they tell him it's a prop. For some reason, you have to aim it at a person, which hopefully they've changed now. But, like, um,
well, so that's the thing that like gets Alec a little in trouble. Like if you look at it from like a checklist, like I'm sure on the checklist, one of the checklist things is to be like, okay, it's still like the actor's responsibility to like look at it and like I don't know how
that
what that
doesn't
really.
seem like a reasonable responsibility for an actor. It seems
Oh,
like a
I'm just telling you
in the
that
prop
like
department.
sure this isn't the first time somebody's accidentally been shot on a movie and they're like okay well teach the actors like this is what a blank look like from the back, this is what it doesn't look like from the back,
Like,
and like look at the bullet in the
I think
as they
they
go,
should
like they have to monitor, they should be monitoring what's going on. Again, I don't know the specifics, I'm not in this court case, I don't know what's going on, I'm not going to argue it, but
but
I
you are
do
a
think
lawyer.
there
You
is
are a lawyer, so you know. You know.
I do think there is some liability on Alec's part, but is that like worth criminalizing him over? No. But that's just my personal stance on it. If that's legally, I don't know. I'm not obviously not involved.
Yeah. No, I don't think there are too many people who want to see him go to jail for this. But that doesn't change the fact that this show felt like propaganda that their PR team like massaged the crap out of.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, the show feels like somewhat propaganda.
Yeah,
As a
which
whole.
it's a good thing. I largely agree with the propaganda, but
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
So
Definitely. You're not going to have this show and not paint Alec in a good light, right? It's just like
yeah.
not going to be the show.
So just a quick update. I'm on Hilaria Baldwin's subreddit.
Okay.
Definitely not a nice subreddit.
Mm.
I'll say that. It is definitely not her fan club. I'll say that. Definitely a lot of.
Is that your update?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it being like, look here, she's speaking Spanish, and then like, look, I guess they like to reference how her shirts are very revealing.
This
Okay.
sounds like some sort of Gooner subreddit. Anyway,
Max,
What's a
got a
hey,
question.
gooter? What's a gooter?
Is
moving on.
Max, are the Hamptons on Long
No,
Island?
Noah, A, yes, they are. B, Noah has probably more Hamptons knowledge than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I have some, but I mean, I grew up on Long Island.
Like are they? Is it like the north side of Long Island? Like, is it literally the neighborhood in Long Island is called the Hamptons?
No,
Yes,
there are multiple
there.
different Hamptons. There's
Well,
Northampton. There's
I mean, so yes, there is a neighborhood on Long Island called the Hamptons. When you get to the area called the Hamptons, to Max's point, yeah, there's like East Hampton, Southampton, and then Northampton. But it's at the end of Long Island where like it forks. And so the top fork is not where the Hamptons are. It's on the bottom fork.
JK, I lied. There is no Northampton. There is West and South.
There's no Northampton?
I just Googled it. Yeah.
No, I thought there was.
All right.
There
Thank
goes my
you for
knowledge.
the. Can you take a train to the Hamptons, or do you have to drive to the Hamptons?
I believe there's a train.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Long Island Railroad goes out there.
Yeah, I think it does.
Oh,
All right. So another thing that happens in the show is they're like getting these haircuts, and they're doing like descriptions of their kids, and like Raph is like Raph is so funny, and then like Leo is so sweet and beautiful, and
these
then they
give us nothing.
yeah, and then they get to Ed, which is the 3-year-old, and
Yeah.
like the wife is like, "Oh, he's soft." Like, what the fuck does that mean? And then Alec goes like, "He's a horse." Like, what? What does that describe? What is that a description of a person? I was
It's weird.
very baffled by this.
You know what? I would run out of adjectives after 7 kids as well. So
I was just about to say that too. I was like, but at 7 kids, you're just like horse.
This one's a horse.
this
Yeah.
this one's such a child, and this one, what a kid! Am I
This
right,
one-
fellas?
This one's beautiful. This one's soft.
This one's funny.
Yeah.
But like one's beautiful, one's soft. Like sorry, I think it's hilarious.
Nah.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think
But yeah, they're talking about their daughters, and one of them they just get to the baby, and they're just like, the baby is a monster.
it's true. They did say the baby is a monster.
What? So, can we talk about these 7 kids like more? What compels? Like, so they're just on like a baby treadmill. Like, is there some religious thing here? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. Like, so they go over that Alec and her get together because Alec's like, I want to have kids like now. So like, Alec is like, let's have kids. She's like, who do you find like this? Is she just like, I want to have as many babies as possible? Could just be her. You know, some people when they're younger are like, I want to have 10 kids, and you're like, no, you don't. But good luck with that.
So, one thing I think is worth pointing out is Alec Baldwin does have another daughter. She's like 12 or something. No, she was 12 when these two got together.
Yeah, I was like, she's
So-
old.
No, yeah, now she's older.
Ireland.
Yes.
Baldwin. She's 29.
All of
She's-
this to say, there is data from the first relationship that may have been different from this.
Yeah. So
We don't know if that's on the wife's side or not.
well,
God
I mean,
bless you,
Alec
Chris.
Baldwin got in some shit like maybe 10 years ago. He left like a pretty brutal voicemail on
Yep.
Ireland's phone. I don't look into it, but I just remember that like some kind of bad relationship going on. But I think she's in the show actually. I think Ireland makes an appearance.
There was like a brief view of her. They showed her, but it was in like one of the clips of something.
Yeah. Oh, in 2007, Alec Baldwin left her a message saying she was a rude, thoughtless little pig, and at the time she was 11.
Delightful. That's really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. But
They mentioned that they had a bad breakup, the mom and him, and
Kim Basinger.
and that caused some friction with the daughter, which
Yeah.
I guess is their explanation for this voicemail. I didn't know about this voicemail, but if I did, that line would probably ring true.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's Ireland. I gotta say though, like I gave references. Hilaria, for having 7 kids, very good shape. Like, and I don't mean that like any other way. Just like honestly, like Jesus Christ,
And-
like how do you
You're
find the
saying
time?
she's bangable.
I'm not trying to go down a path. I mean, just legitimately, like, how do you find the time? Like, what's going on? Like, this is where this kind of gets on my nerves. I'm like, what's happening?
I mean,
yeah,
40,
you gotta hit that gym.
41, former yoga instructor, has acting money. Like, Yeah, you can pop out these kids, but then you can just go to the gym and have somebody else deal with them.
I mean, that's where I'd want to see that, right? If they're like, you're going to portray this life, like, I think you got to be more open about that. Or in doing some cornering, there's conspiracies that she really made the first one and they surrogated
Had
uh,
used a surrogate.
the other.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like people are like, how? What's going on here? Like this doesn't make sense.
Are there pictures of her pregnant?
I don't know. I didn't go too far down the rabbit hole.
That just sounds like stupid conspiracy theory that
Yeah.
they have no evidence for in any way, shape, or form. And there's easily evidence probably out there that's like, here's a picture of her pregnant, August 2022.
I agree. Like I don't think it's legitimate.
The other thing,
The only person doing that shit is Elon Musk.
I mean,
like
he bought a platform to just let himself do it. So
the surrogating.
Yeah, no, like all of his and Grimes' kids are surrogated.
oh well.
Oh really?
I believe so.
I thought you meant conspiracy theories.
Yeah, like I didn't realize him and Grimes had multiple kids. I thought they were single.
One of them, their existence was revealed while she was giving a Zoom interview.
Like she didn't know.
No, like Grimes was giving an interview with like her two kids next to her, and then you hear the interviewer heard a baby scream from the other room and was like, "What's that?"
Interesting. Yeah.
I have a question for everyone in the room.
Hit me.
So, in the show, there's a story Alec tells about he was like going to. There's some point there was a cat involved, and he had like super allergy to this cat. Like it seemed like there was this weird story that he told, and he said to somebody that we can never have cats because I'm allergic to cats, but they have 4 cats. Could somebody explain to me what happened here?
He got.
It's an anecdote about how she's the one who wears the pants in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but is he allergic to cats or not?
He is allergic to cats, and yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe we'll see the cats and it'll explain everything.
Yeah. I have a weird side fact. Sorry, this is I've now gone down the Grimes path. So Max probably knows this because he likes to hate on Elon. Fair, but I guess one of their kids is Tau Techno Mechanicus Musk. That's the kid's name. But even better, Tau Techno Mechanicus Musk's sister is Vivian Jenna.
I can explain that one, Noah. That is his trans daughter who chose her name, but from the original wife.
I see. I was like, you go Tau Technicus with it, and then it's like Michelle. Oh, okay. Man, what a letdown.
Yeah. The one last thing I want to mention in the show before we get to questions is that there's a lot of like OCD mentioned in this.
Yeah.
And like, I understand Alec because he's like got some sort of cleaning issue where he wants to clean, makes him feel better. I mean, technically that might be OCD. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I thought OCD was like one of those things where you had to like turn the thing 3 times and you had to like tap 19 times before you did anything.
It's all.
There are all sorts of different levels of how it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris, you just made me realize it must be awful to be like cleaning OCD living in the silo because you just want to clean. Thanks.
I thought you were going to say having 4 dogs and 3 cats and 7 kids, being a clean freak sounds like really hard.
Yeah.
Which I feel like the house was pretty clean, like cleaner than like if I had.
Because he's cleaning it all the time. Bro's cleaning it. I'm sure they have a cleaner come in like 4 times a day.
I agree with you. No, it's just I I'm seeing your logic here of like the show feels weird because you're not getting the sense of how many workers are coming in and out of this house.
Yeah. Why
I
why hide it? You made it, Alec. You did it. Like
I
you're
have a
not alone,
theory.
you know?
I have a theory. The workers are perhaps not documented, and they don't want to be on TV.
This is pre-Trump. It's fine.
Yeah. Could be that. Could be.
Could
But
be
like,
post-Trump.
it is something though for Alec to definitely come from humble beginnings. Uh like you would think you would be like, yeah, bro, look at this. Like look at all I made. And so I give him credit. He definitely doesn't come off as like a asshole. He seems
Or a murderer. And yet, no, I'm kidding.
I it's interesting, like, isn't this like a commercial for helping parents out? Like, if you help parents out, they'll have more kids. Like having, $80 million lets you like have two nannies and whoever else comes through the house. So you can have seven kids and go to the gym and do yoga and like do the shit you want to do and have seven kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm. I mean, okay. If we're really getting into it, that's kind of the reason the whole education system exists. It's childcare,
Well,
at
when,
least in the
when
original.
Really?
originally you would needed those kids
Original?
to work on the farm.
That was the
Uh,
original?
it was one of the reasons during the Industrial Revolution as a way to get more people into the workforce.
I could
Wait.
see that.
Education.
Having children looked after via the education system
Mhm.
got more people into the workforce.
Oh, because kids don't got to watch kids. Like the 8-year-old can go to work and the 6-year-old is being watched.
Noah is not getting it. Let's move on.
I thought, yeah, it's like, I mean, no, I'm not getting it because I don't understand. But like, if you have, I'm assuming they started them working
Okay.
at 9 years old or something, like some crazy shit.
With the also introduction of like, okay, maybe kids should not be child working laws.
Mm.
Like, obviously, there was also, oh, we should educate people, but a big part of it was childcare.
Interesting.
All right. Who is the worst human being? And I think
The
in
person-
my mind, and with my logic, it's got to be Alec. Just for like, not his personal reasons, but I think he does have some liability.
Yeah.
I think it's the person who packed the gun.
Yeah, I mean they're the most at fault. I just my personal opinion. I'm going over. I'm not going to argue about it. Who do you think the worst human being is, Max?
Oh, I already said the person who packed the gun.
Oh, he's not in the show though.
She. No, actually, I don't remember.
I think it is a she, but or like the
Or it was
firearms
like a
control
team
person.
of two.
Let's see. What are
I think the worst is Raph, the child, the sweet one.
I mean, the baby's the monster.
I don't care.
Roth is
That kid had dead eyes. He's gonna take after his father and murder someone.
I mean, I definitely want to go with the prop person. I think Alec has no culpability. I think the prop department, you're responsible for giving the actors their props. Like, what's up?
All right. There you go. Drinking rules. I think anytime Hilaria wears the pants, take a drink.
Every time you catch a little hint of a Spanish accent from Hilaria, you take a bandera shot, which is like tomato, spicy tomato, and then tequila, and then lime. It's kind of the colors of the Mexican flag.
Ooh, I like that.
Tequila is clear.
Yeah, so you do it on a white table. Where are you gonna do a shot of milk? Fuck off. Horchata?
Some sort of White Russian.
Horchata.
No, you got
It's
any
the
crazy
thought that
rules?
counts.
Yeah. Every time they speak about one of their kids, I'm gonna go down Mac's path. Make a what I'm gonna call a drunk baby. It's milk and vodka. Take a little sip of it. And yes, I did just make that up.
I mean, like, don't do that.
It's basically a white Russian.
Basically, yeah. I just didn't want to repeat the White Russian, so I was like trying to get it a little spicy.
Try to steal my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other rules right now.
Mm.
I have a question. What would be the most surprising accent to hear out of one of your high school friends?
Any accent?
I think
I feel like a Vladimir Russian accent, or like a Nosferatu. That could be fun.
do you guys know the podcast Best Buds? I think it's called that.
I've heard of it.
It's
Like
yeah.
Bobby Lee and Cheeto Santino or whatever his real name is. Uh, like the white guy, the red haired white guy, he does a lot of very racist Asian impersonations. I think that would be very surprising. Like seeing an Irish looking guy speaking with a English Asian racist accent would be pretty surprising.
All right. Would this show be better as a Quibi or a TikTok? I don't think so.
Nah, this format of show is pretty well established.
Yeah.
I also had what do you think if they renamed this show to Alec plus 7 instead of the Baldwins?
Ooh, I like that. But Hilarious not going to go for it, but I like it.
Yeah, Alec and Hilaria plus siete.
That's pretty good. What speed did Max watch this show at, Noah?
So let's see. Today is March 4th. Carry the 9. I'm going to go 1.5.
I'll take 2.1.
It was a 1.
Ooh,
Ah,
man, we keep getting burned. Keep getting burned.
why 1?
No excuse, just a 1.
Okay. All right. For the audience at home, he usually does not watch it at 1. So that's why the question.
I don't know. Like, I know I missed the last 2 pods and I got to catch up, but I think we've been getting a lot of oneers.
The last 2 weeks were not 1. So
Ooh,
catch up.
Ooh, man.
For the audience at home, if you want to know, listen to last week's pod.
I do need to catch up.
You got to catch up. All right. So we do ratings. We have a top, middle, bottom, third compared to other reality shows. And some people stack rank in their stack ranks. Noah Singer, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, as we talked about, this is a tried and true format of reality TV. Instead of the Stallones, it's the Baldwins. Instead of the Bradshawes, it's the Osbournes. Instead of this, it's the that. I don't think they're bringing much to this. My displeasure of the lack of reality in this. So it's a bottom show, but it's top of the bottom. Like it's produced relatively well. I think if you want to join the Baldwin cinematic universe, or for some reason you're a
The BCU.
you're a Hilarious stan, like I'm sure this is for you. But for me, it's a bottom, top of the bottom.
Max, what do you got for me?
I think as far as families they could have chosen for this kind of show, these guys are not a bad pick. I'm gonna give it, and also just like the trial stuff could be kind of interesting. I don't really give a shit, but I'm gonna give it a middle third. I don't know. I kind of didn't hate it.
Oh,
Now I'll give it a middle third, middle of the middle.
Yeah, I completely disagree with Noah. So I'm like really tempted to put it in the top third. Like I really
Okay.
think that this show, I've been given way too many top thirds, but I think this show is really interesting. Like I think not interesting, but I think it moved along well. I thought I was compelled by Hilaria and Alex's relationship, and their 7 kids add a lot of like flavor, some sprinkles to what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I was tempted to just let it play episode 2, which is like very rare,
Unheard of.
unheard of,
You know
unheard
what?
of. I'm gonna put it in the top third. Just whatever.
You've bumped me to top of the middle.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I just think like so many of these shows like Stallone, they literally have nothing to talk about, and these guys actually have like some stuff going on in their lives.
That is
felt.
true. There is like compelling like stuff going on in their life, which is like definitely gives you more to look forward to. I don't know. Could be it could just be that today's Tuesday. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the top. Go yell at me on at YouTube. Message us on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. We're all on YouTube now. We're all about YouTube. Noah's face right now, I really wish I want to capture it so I can.
He's like, I am flabbergasted for the audience at home. Like, you know, I I didn't think everyone would be in the bottom, but I didn't think we would see any toppies here. Man.
You know what? You've been so diametrically opposed to everybody else for the past 2 pods. Like,
That's
it,
true. You did put last week's show on the top, and
I did.
No one.
Nobody was oh man, I thought LFG was pretty good. I liked it.
You got to catch up so we can have a conversation about it.
Ooh man, the LFG.
Yeah. So there you have it. Tell us what you thought, and vote on our poll on YouTube. That's the best way to get a hold of us now.
Yes,
I'm paying attention. We'll get the messages. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. Now at the end, we kind of do shout outs, talk about other stuff we've been watching, whatever else people have been doing. I've been watching Severance. Great show. Keep watching it. It's so good. Last week's episode was a banger. Really find out a lot of stuff. It's like one of the like you've learned about more in last week's episode than you like ever learn in one episode of Lost.
Whoa.
yeah.
Except for maybe like the last episode of Lost, which is really like says a lot about what you learn. Like they hold all the way to the end.
I was very impressed with the last episode.
Yeah. Is like there's like no exposition, but you learn so much, and it's like you're very entertained. So, no, you should watch the show.
Yeah, we were gonna start it, and then we went on vacation, and then I was gone for a week. So we're still quite behind. But at some point, hopefully.
Max, what have you been watching?
So I have like a couple shows, and then I have watching alone shows. Severance, obviously. We've been watching Trader season 3 US, pretty good. But what was I gonna say? Y'all seen Industry?
Yes, every episode.
No.
I just started season 3 the other day. Wow, that opener is a hell of an episode.
I forget what the S3 opener was. Good show.
You see Eric sort of in his new role, doing things that are out of character because his wife just divorced him. I don't know if that rings a bell.
I can't remember it, like, because I already finished season 4, and I'm like,
oh my god, there's 4 seasons? Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it blurs.
Damn, good show.
Yeah.
Been playing Avowed, which is not amazing, but it's fine. It's good.
What's Avowed?
It's like a lightweight Skyrim. I would describe it as. Good combat system.
It's a video game.
Maybe there's 3 seasons. Wait, no. Now I'm confused. Like the Wikipedia, it's kind of screwed up. The Google on it is very screwed up. Like Google said there's 2 seasons. I know there's more than 2. I thought there's 4. That's all. No, it's 3 seasons. Okay, I'm on HBO.com.
Okay.
3 seasons. 3 seasons. So like, yeah, no, I think I know what you're talking about now.
How is this Traders show? People keep talking about it, and
We've done
we've
Traders
done
UK.
Yeah, we've done Traders.
Yeah.
Oh, we did the U.S. version. No,
Maybe we did the US version.
I think we did the U.S. version. I remember it being filled with like people we knew.
Okay, then
But
yeah.
it's probably been a bit since we did season 1, and they're on season 3.
They keep promoting it on the Peacock.
I would say pick a season with people you know. This season has like Boston Rob. Last season had Parvati and like 3 people from the challenge. I don't know if these names mean anything, but I know you like Survivor
peoples. I know.
Yeah. They had some sort of New York retired police guy. I don't know.
Noah, what have you been watching? Anything you want to shout out?
Like, what's been going on in the world? No, I'll let me shut up.
I can tell you that I was eating dinner and my wife wanted to watch some BS that was that's in like on TV tonight that's to do with a Mr. Orange Man, and I was like, I can't do this.
Didn't he give it tonight was State of the Union or
yeah, and I was like, I can't.
Not even a State of the Union, just a speech to Congress.
Is it just like a first 100-day thing or just a random ass speech?
I don't know. All I know is it was like a lot of grandstanding, and I was like, I couldn't roll my eyes hard enough, and I left the room.
See, New York Times says combative Trump vows to press an unrelenting agenda. He attacks woke and praises Elon Musk. Also sent a conciliatory message to President Vladimir Zelensky.
Okay. All right. I think we've hit our limit. We didn't really talk about what we're watching next week.
There was some idea, I thought.
I don't think we had any ideas. There was some talk about Temptation Island.
Fuck,
which apparently is back.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of Deal or No Deal Island. I love Temptation Island.
Yeah, Temptation Island's like some people's favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
But now it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's like a new season or not. We're probably not going to do that next week because no one knows what that is. I don't know. Tell us what you think we should watch on Twitter, on YouTube. You can email
on YouTube. No, we got to accrue equity to YouTube. Like, I feel like that's going to be our home.
We got 12 subscribers already.
Yeah,
we're like, we need more subscribers. So
we gotta, they built us the poll feature. Like, I think we got to pay it back.
It's true, they did. All right. Well, tell us on YouTube what we should be watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace up, A-Town down.